Are you curious what the best and worst neighborhoods in Sacramento are? Today, what we're going to do is I am going to deep dive into the map with you, show you some different neighborhoods, different suburbs in Sacramento, and help you determine which neighborhoods will be the perfect fit for you and your family as you make the transition to the Sacramento area. So what I'm going to do first, give me just a moment here, I am going to pull up the homes.com app. If you are not familiar with homes.com, it is very similar to Zillow, but I like this app better because it dives deeper into the neighborhood specifics and things like the crime rates and the school scores, and it's all condensed right there so that you can just scroll through and read everything right there. What you can also do, and let me pull this up and show you here. So on this main page, what you can do is you can type in someone's name, such as moi, and connect them as your agent. So if I pull up my name, I am this first one here. I don't know if I'm the first one when you do the search, but here I am the first one, Amanda Freeman, EXP of Northern California. And what you can do is you can click on the right here, the connect button. When you click that button, you can either register or sign in and connect us and say like, yeah, this is my agent. Like, even if we haven't started working together yet, what this will allow is for me to see all of the homes that you are searching. It will allow us to message each other on the app, or even for you to easily send me homes. Excuse me, getting over a cold over here. Send me homes or ask questions. Like instant messaging on the app. And so I really enjoy using this app with my clients. If you want to connect directly with me so that we can communicate over this app, that is how I would suggest that you do it. Okay, now let's go to the map here. So you can see here we have the general map of Sacramento. If I zoom in here, Sacramento is on multiple sides, split through with rivers. Right here, this big one, right down the center, is the Sacramento River, and so that is downtown. You see it says Old Sacramento. Downtown is one boundary. The river is the boundary for downtown, and then right here under Highway 5 is where the American River splits and joins the Sacramento River. So I'm pulling out here so you can see, we're gonna go all the way up to Lake Folsom. So Folsom Lake, American River comes all the way down. So when I talk about there being 32 miles of American River Parkway to access for outdoor activities and how I love to take advantage of the parkway with my family, this is the American River Parkway, all of that green along American River there. So you can see it goes all the way through, it cuts Sacramento in half, and then meets up with the Sacramento River, where, I'm gonna pull out just again, you've got down here, this is the Delta, which then spits out into the ocean. Okay, that is a very broad view of Sacramento. And so now what we'll do here is let's go through a couple of neighborhoods. Now, West Sacramento is actually a different city from Sacramento. It's not, which is funny because we have West Sacramento and we have East Sacramento and Sacramento. So West Sacramento is its own city. And one thing to note about West Sacramento is that the electric utility for West Sacramento is PG&E. So energy, if you do not have solar, tends to be a little bit more expensive on that side of the river. On the Sacramento side of the river, in Sacramento County, because they are also different counties, West Sacramento is Yolo County, and then east of the river is Sacramento County. Sacramento County, we have SMUD, the Sacramento Municipal Utility District. And so they are much cheaper for electricity. And so that's just something to keep in mind when you're thinking of all of the information that you're gathering. And as you look at homes electricity might be cheaper in Sacramento County than in some of the other counties, unless they have their own municipalities. Not to be confused with East Sacramento over here. East Sacramento is its own neighborhood. So West Sacramento is its own city. Then you have, Sacramento, and East Sacramento is actually one of the neighborhoods in Sacramento. And so what I want to do here, what can I do? We can do traffic, satellite. I wanted to step into, no. Well, let's do traffic. I think what I would like to do is go through, no, it's not really working right now. I was going to show you some of the major highways. I guess I don't need to see where the traffic is bad to go over the major highways. So you have Highway 5 that goes north-south, right here in the middle, right through downtown Sacramento. And then you have Interstate 80 and Highway 50 that goes east-west. So those are some of your bigger veins of transportation that are good to note. And then you also have, I'm going to show you here, right here, this green 80, that is Business 80, and it cuts through Sacramento. So it's kind of like, it's a shortcut to connect Highway 50 to Interstate 80, which goes up through to Tahoe. So you can see on the top of the screen here, we have Interstate 80. So that's what's going to take you from San Francisco into Roseville, Auburn, Truckee, up into Tahoe. That's one way, that's like North Lake Tahoe will take you that way. But if you need a shortcut, if you don't want to go all the way around, because as you can see, Highway 80 starts at way far in West Sacramento. They have a shortcut, which is Business 80, this green one, that goes right through Sacramento here. And then you can see that this is where Business 80 and I-80 meet. And then it just becomes I-80 to take you up to Roseville, Auburn, and beyond. Okay, so those are some thoroughfares. The other things to note, so aside from Business 80 and Highway 5, those are your major north-south freeways, highways. There are a few very big street arteries that will take you from between Highway 50 and Highway 80 that are used quite often for commuting. So if we go here, Watt is one of them, and you need to note for Watt, so you can see Watt goes all the way down here. It turns into Elk Grove, Florin as you enter Elk Grove, but Watt goes from South Sacramento all the way up to 80, all the way up past North Highlands, all the way up, and now we are in West Roseville. So when someone says, oh yeah, I live off of Watt, you want to know where on Watt, because it can take you from Roseville, which is all the way up here, all the way down to Elk Grove. So it's very important to know where on Watt that they are located. Okay, so that's the first thoroughfare that I want to make sure that you're aware of. And the reason that these are such big thoroughfares is they are the few points that cross the American River. So because the American River cuts all the way through, kind of follows Highway 50, there's only a couple of major streets that you can take to get on the other side of the river. So that's why they are such big thoroughfares. So Watt is one of them. Sunrise here is another. So you can see it'll take you between Highway 50 and 80, and you go through Citrus Heights and Orangevale, Fair Oaks. And then Hazel is the other big one. I'm trying to show you here. So Hazel, you go through Orangevale and then up into Roseville. Hazel often, so Douglas is in Roseville, so this is kind of, so those are your three. I know I didn't finish my sentence, I'm sorry, but those are your 3 thoroughfares of if you're not going to take a highway and you need one of the major arterial streets that'll get you over the river, you're looking at Watt, Sunrise, and Hazel. A lot of commuters use those streets, which means that they can be very busy at peak commuting times. And also, it's a good sense of if you need to commute, say downtown, and you are considering Orangevale, to know that your ways to get to downtown Sacramento from Orangevale is you're going to be looking at, you need to go down Hazel or down Sunrise to cross the river, grab Highway 50, and take it all the way in. So I hope that gives you some insight into how to navigate. Now let's talk about some of the homes and neighborhoods that are available. So I didn't want there to be a ton of homes popped up while we were talking about the traffic. So now here we go. We can pop into different areas and see what types of homes and what in different neighborhoods and what that looks like. So downtown, you're not going to have a ton of single family homes. You might have some townhomes or some condos. So let's check this 550. You see how this is a condo here. So because this is where the Capitol is, this is where a lot of state workers live and work. And so this is, that's why it's mostly condos or, it's mostly condos, not even townhomes. So I just wanted to show you, this is what it looks like when you use the homes.com app. We'll learn about the home, and then instead of about the neighborhood, it's telling you about the building. Well, it might actually be, neighborhood might be down here a little bit. Shows you on the map. Yeah, here we go. Here's the neighborhood. So here's downtown Sacramento. You can read about Sacramento and get more information. And then this is what I was mentioning, where you can learn about different schools and how they rank on niche, great schools, etc. It'll go over parks that are nearby. Public transportation, not great overall in Sacramento, but it will tell you where you are located, and then area factors that may or may not be important to you, such as, and these are all from the CAP index, crime rates or walkability or biking scores. And as you can see, even downtown, where you're going to get the most public transportation possible, it still is only a 65 out of 100 there. I think that is basically all I wanted to show you there, except can I step down? Where's my little guy? You're not going to give me a guy to step onto the street? No, they're not. We'll try again on another one. That's too bad. No street view, huh? All right. So that gives you a sense of downtown. As you move east, then you're going to get some of these, you're going to hit Midtown, and some of these, what were the hoity-toity rich area back in the day, perhaps in the Gold Rush, etc. So Poverty Ridge, Boulevard Park, these, and even Midtown, these are where you're going to get, I mean, you can see the price point. So let's check this 1.1 million. You get the Victorians, you get just some heavy historical era buildings. Okay, why does it not want to work for me? So here we go. Here's an 844 on H Street. So again, we can look a little bit. I don't want to go through all of these. That's not what I wanted. But I will show you a couple, like look at how you have the historical elements. I love to see the character personally, like that is my thing, right? When we are looking at homes, I'm always looking for the homes with character. And then you are in Boulevard Park, which is right next to Midtown, which leads into downtown. So you're very close to everything. Let's pull down here. I'll show you. Okay, talks about the schools, parks, transportation, area factors. So you can see too, all of these area factors. Okay. And then will it let me get on the street view for this one? If it doesn't let me here, then it's not going to anywhere. No. You can see city of trees. That's too bad. Okay. So that's Boulevard Park. New Era Park, I did do one of my first tours on this account was in New Era Park. So let's, I'll show you that because that is, once you get north a little bit, you'll see the train tracks come through up here where everything dead ends because we have a major train station here, rail yards, excuse me, Amtrak and regional transit up there. So when you go north here where you're by the railway, but above downtown and midtown, like north of downtown and midtown, this can be a very artsy district. So let's see what we got here. 620. Let's see how big this home is. So we got a small home. That's the other thing is that in these areas, the smaller footprint, because these are older homes, more historic homes, you can just get a sense. I love that they kept the character. Again, what did I want to do here? New Era Park. This is what I wanted. I wanted to show you the neighborhood. Oh, I passed it. I looked at it and then I didn't. Well, why aren't you giving me my little spiel about New Era Park? Oh, sorry. This one's not giving us much information about New Era Park, but like I said, a little bit more artsy. There's like more collaboration zones, buildings, etc. Okay, here we are, Midtown, Poverty Ridge. I'll show you a couple here. Victorian, okay, so is this a duplex? Yeah. A lot of times, not a lot of times, but a lot of times, they have turned these Victorians into duplexes or triplexes with an upper and lower, and so you'll see that a lot in these areas as well. Okay, so that is, you'll see here we have Highway 50, River, Rail Yard, Business 80. Okay, so that was the square that we just looked at. And so the next square that I want us to look at is, let's do similar flow. So we're gonna go west and do the similar flow into East Sacramento. And so here, East Sacramento, we're gonna be looking again, Highway 50 is our base, and then we have the river, which is the American River, on our, what is that, east and northern, and then Business 80 on the west. And so East Sacramento is known for more expensive homes. These homes are typically not converted into duplexes if you have a larger home, especially in this area right here. We call it the Fab 40s. Fab 40s is like the place to be during the holidays. It will be difficult to get down the streets in Fab 40s during, well, Christmas especially, but also Halloween or other holidays that you might decorate your home, because these homes, people want to go and see them decorated. So for example, let's see what we got here. 1.7, nope, that's like a duplex apartment. What do we have here? That's a new build, not so common. It doesn't look like we have, oh, where's my filter? No, I maxed it out. Here we go, here's a Fab 40 house for you. This is a stereotypical Fab 40 house. I think Fab 40s is also where Lady Bird was, Fab 40s is also where Lady Bird was filmed. I can't recall if that was where she was said to have lived. But anyway, this is a very typical Fab 40s home right here, where it's much larger than some of the other homes that have character, and the price point is higher as well. So I'll show you, so showing you that. Let's look at East Sacramento. Look right there. Every December, people flock to the Fab 40s to see the holiday lights. There's your schools, parks. There are some area factors and environmental factors. Okay. The other thing that you will see in East Sac, let's see if I can find probably this one at 790, is older homes that are much smaller. Oh, look, this is still in the Fab 40s, much smaller, but still hold a ton of character. So you are still very much in the city here in this area. Okay, so there's an example of East Sacramento. I'll do one more. Let's see. We have, this is Mercy Hospital right here. What else do we have? UC Davis is down here. I know we haven't gotten to it yet, but the Med Center, if you are in medicine and you need the Med Center, it's going to be right there. And then the other hospitals we have, that is Sutter. And then I don't think there's a hospital for Kaiser. I know there are doctor's offices downtown, but I don't think there's a hospital. Okay, done with that tangent. What I was gonna say is now that we're in East Sac, I wanted to pull over to River Park, because River Park is very much a desirable area as well. And their boundaries are Elvis and the river. So we've talked before about Pocket being in South Sacramento and being this little pocket where the river and the freeway, Highway 5, meet. And so this is another pocket where you're kind of like, you've got East Sac on one side and the river on the other. And homes don't come up very often here. When they do, they are close to or around $1 million. So let's see what they got here at 894 in River Park. And they typically don't last long either. Yeah, so you see 894, and it's, I would personally consider this mid-size, like a lower mid-size house at being sub 2,000, but it looks like it still has, they did some upgrading, but not all upgrading. That's what I would say for River Park, is a lot of times when you're getting in here, if you are under $1 million, then it's going to be a fixer-upper. If it is over $1 million, and fixer-upper doesn't mean like a complete teardown, but just older, dated. And so here we go. Let's see what we can learn about River Park. Here's your schools, parks, transit, area factors, and environmental factors. Thanks for hanging with me going through a map. It is a rainy week here in Sacramento, and so I am not out looking at houses, but I still wanted to give you information and education. So I thought, let's try doing a map video and see how that goes, and see if it still gives information that is valuable to you. So don't forget to subscribe if you like these kinds of videos. If you're going to be relocating to the area, reach out, schedule a chat with me so that we can talk about the different neighborhoods and figure out which one would be the best fit for your family. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more sections for this video, and that is going to be down here. So our next one, I'm gonna draw here. I'm just going to show you where we're going to hit. So we're going to do Highway 50 as our top, Power Inn Road as our east, Fruit Ridge for southern, and Highway 99 There we go. So that's the area that we're gonna look at next. And what this is, so East Sacramento is north of Highway 50, and then this section, Elmhurst, Oak Park, Tahoe Park, Colonial Village, these are all south of Highway 50. So this is like this is where we're gonna be looking. Stockton, oh my goodness, sorry, excuse me. My husband is trying to tell me how to do taxes, and I didn't turn airplane mode on, so you get to see that. Okay, so our cut-throughs in this neighborhood is, you know, you've got 99, you've got Power and Road, 50, Fruit Ridge, and then straight through you have Stockton Boulevard, which is, you're gonna get, that's a pretty big thoroughfare. And right here, Y Street. So this right here is UC Davis Med Center. And then the other thoroughfare is 65th. You can see it's 65th Street Expressway right here on this side. And that has some, like you've got Target right off of Highway 50 there. So those are some of your major arteries through these neighborhoods. So Oak Park is a very vibrant place to be. There's a lot of up and coming hipster restaurants and coffee shops, and you have a lot of LGBTQ plus business owners. So there's a lot of vibrancy in the neighborhoods, I would say. So let's see what we got here. Let's just pop into a few. No, we're not gonna do that one. Let's see if we can find one for Oak Park. And then, so Oak Park is a little bit more affordable than north of Highway 50. Here is a nice little renovated home in Oak Park. Let's look at, okay, and see, so then they separate the neighborhoods by Central Oak Park, North Oak Park, and then South Oak Park, or just Oak Park. Your schools, parks, transit, there are your area factors and environmental factors. Let's do, is there anything in North Oak Park? Why is that so expensive? Is that a duplex? Yeah, this is multiple unit right here also, because North Oak Park is close to the Med Center. You'll see that a lot. So you can see, are we gonna get to see inside a little bit? Okay, so pretty clean and renovated. Not a lot of character, not a lot of anything like that. So here we are. Now we are in North Oak Park, so you can read about North Oak Park, schools, parks, transit, area factors, and environmental factors. And then, so I guess down here, so we had North Oak Park, which I guess is Central Oak Park, and then South Oak Park. Let's see what this one gives us for $350. Not doing that right now. Dated. This is on the smaller side. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Little dated. Needs some work. Let's read up on the area. So here you go. Lumped in with Oak Park as a whole, but South Oak Park is a diverse pocket that is a melting pot. There's your schools, some parks, and your area and environmental factors. And with that, that is going to end our map tour for today. If you have enjoyed these map tours, please let me know in the comments, and I will do more of them, because I know we just barely scratched the surface on a few of the neighborhoods in the area, and there is so much more to explore. Like I said, I did not get out on the streets this week because it is cloudy and rainy and just I don't want to walk through homes when it's raining. And so I wanted to take it indoors and go map view. So if you enjoy these, I will do more, but I need to know that you enjoy these. And if you and your family are relocating to the Sacramento area, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's find you the perfect neighborhood. I'll see you guys next week.